All right, so this is section 5.2, and here are the notes. So this video is going to cover all of the problems under example 1. Okay, so the first one is 13 to the 1/3 times 13 to the 1/6. So hopefully all of these in example 1 are review. So we know when they have the same base, which they do, the base is both 13, and they're being multiplied, you would add the exponents. Okay, so this would just be 13 to the 1/3 plus 1/6 power. Okay, and if we go over here, 1/3 plus 1/6, well, 1/3 is the same thing as 2/6. Okay, so 2/6 plus 1/6 is 3/6, which is 1/2. Okay, so this would turn into 13 to the 1/2 power. Okay, now I know this says exponential form, which this is exponential form, but if it said radical form, remember 13 to the 1/2 power would just be square root of 13. All right, so let's look at B now. Okay, so when we have parentheses and an exponent outside, remember this exponent is applied to both of the terms inside the parentheses. And once again, you would multiply these. Okay, so this would be 5 to the 1/5 times 5, which is 5/5, times 8 to the 1/4 times 5, which is 5/4. Okay, now 5 to the 5/5 is just 5 to the 1st. And hopefully we know by now that 5 to the 1st is just 5. Okay, and 5 times 8 to the 5/4, this is as low as we can go. We cannot multiply these because this exponent only applies to the 8. All right, so C is just like B, but there's one added component, which we'll get to at the very end. So once again, this negative 1/3 applies to both of the terms inside the parentheses. So this is just 12 times, well, 3 times negative 1/3 is negative 3/3, times 9 times 3 times negative 1/3 is negative 3/3. Okay, so this is just 12 to the negative 3 over 3 is negative 1. And this is 9 to the negative 1. And remember, anytime you have a negative power, we can move that to the bottom and the negative goes away. So this would be 12 or 1 over 12 times 9, which is 1 over 108, and this would be our final answer. All right, so here is D. Okay, so we know that 8 is the same thing as 8 to the 1st. Okay, and when we have a fraction like this, we are going to subtract the top from the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to change this 8 to the 1 to be 8 to the 9 over 9. Okay, and the reason I do that is because now when I subtract it, 9 over 9 minus 1 over 9 is easy. That's 8 to the 9, or 8 over 9. So this would just be 8 to the 8 over 9 power. All right, here's the last one on example 1. This is E. Okay, since both the top and the bottom have 1/4 as an exponent, I can actually rewrite this as 56 over 8, both of those to the 1/4 power. And then don't forget I still have to the 3rd power out here. Well, 56 over 8, guys, that's just 7 to the 1/4 to the 3rd. Okay, and 7 to the 1/4 to the 3rd is just 7 to the 3/4.